welcome to the Trews. I'm Russell Brand, fashion impresario and sweatshop king. The Daily Mail have turned their attention from their 1930s style support of fascism, which they explicitly did, to quite rightly, in some respect, well in every respect, pointing out that the people we were using, not to make these t-shirts, glorious thing, but the people we used to make this sweatshirt, we're getting them made in sweatshops. Look at it, it's a really brilliant sweatshirt as well. I really like this, but it was apparently made in a sweatshop. Now, obviously I didn't know that, but the company we used, even though we got assurances that they were doing it ethically, aren't doing it ethically. I mean, what can you do in a situation like that? What you can do is use it as an opportunity to destroy old Russ, who is admittedly a show-off and an extrovert, trying in this instance to do something nice. Hypocrite brands trendy tops made in Bangladesh sweatshop, so they admit they're trendy. Brand, who claims to be an anti-capitalist, I am, and advocates the overthrow of corporate tyranny, also promises customers that all profits from his merchandise go to charity and he doesn't make a penny. That's true, I don't make no money. Last night, politicians and campaigners called Brand a grade A hypocrite, accusing him of double standards. When they said MPs, they mean one MP, they mean this one. Tory MP Conor Burns, he said last night, "This proves what we knew all along. Russell Brand is a grade A hypocrite." Let's look into Conor Burns, see what kind of dude he is. During Conor Burns' failed election campaign in 1994, he called voters that were at a hustings event spastics and referred to a disabled woman as a hunchback. That's Conor Burns for you there. When this sort of thing happens, it means the Daily Mail have gone around calling people going, yeah, we've done some research, we're in our tireless campaign to destroy Russell Brand. Why would you be into that? Oh, nothing. Is it connected to when I've done that film, Emperor's New Clothes, where it exposed that Lord Rothermere, who owns the Daily Mail, is a non-domicile? It's nothing to do with that. Have you done anything about him being a non-domicile? We're not here to talk about non-domiciles who don't pay their taxes and own newspapers. We're interested in sweatshops and rights for Bangladeshi workers. You hear the name the Daily Mail and you think, Bangladeshi workers' rights. They're inseparable, aren't they? When someone in the public eye tells the truth, you've got two options. You can't destroy the truth because the truth is obvious. Like if someone talks about inequality or press corruption, corporate corruption, inefficient governments that are operating above big business. You can't, that's true. That's palpably true. So you have to destroy the person. So you go, right, what has that person done? Remember when I did the thing for the New Era housing estate? His landlord has money in a tax haven. Well, I don't bloody know. Like, the Daily Mail is demanding a level of scrupulousness, scrutiny and analysis from me that, like, it'd be beyond, like, Sherlock Holmes, wouldn't it? I'm not going to go, right, look, all I can do is, like, go, right, make these sweatshirts. Obviously, don't get them made in some bloody sweatshop. Yeah, we won't. They did! So obviously what we'll do is we'll get that made somewhere else. But like, what degree of diligence are you expecting of me? Is it that the Daily Mail trying to help? God, we've got to help Russell stay on track. Or is it that the Daily Mail just want to destroy any anti-corporate voice, any anti-press corruption voice? Anyway, let's carry on with the story. Factory workers in Bangladesh told the Mail, who's making that call? That they work 6 to 7 days a week and can barely support their families. Obviously that's wrong. I care about that. We should do something about that. We should think about some of the other companies that use bloody sweatshops. Topshop, American Apparel, Abercrombie and Fitch, Burberry, Nike, Adidas, IKEA, Walmart, Monsanto, Kraft, Nestle, Dole, Matalan, Primark, Joe Fresh, Bon March, Carrefour, Mango, Benetton, Disney, Licenza, US Military, Victoria's Secret, Gap, Alexander Wang, Microsoft, Apple, Zara, Samsung, Starbucks, and Toyota. So obviously Daily Mail won't be accepting any advertising on their website or on their newspaper from any of their companies because we know that Daily Mail's really against. I mean, they're ringing up Bangladeshi sweatshops all the time. That's what the Daily Mail's about. If any of them Bangladeshis try and get refugee status in this country, they'll see another side of the Daily Mail. But for as long as they're in Bangladesh, the Daily Mail likes them. One worker, Nishat Bejam, said a pay rise policy is absent. I spoke with our manager once, but he said I must wait. I'm still waiting. In the absence of a union, it's hard to get a manager to listen to one individual worker. So the Daily Mail has become a vehemently pro-union publication. So we're going to be seeing the Daily Mail now supporting Unite and Unison and getting behind the struggle of workers all over our country. Like if they're looking for campaigns and things to get behind, the Daily Mail could focus on the press breaches of press regulation codes. The Daily Mail are the worst breaches of press regulation codes. So that's something they've got direct control of. They're massive tax avoidance hypocrites. They're owned through a company in Bermuda. The Daily Mail is a tax avoider. So all that's stuff. Immigrants coming over here, benefits cheats. They don't pay their taxes. They avoid it. They have elaborate, sneaky, crafty schemes to avoid paying taxes. You've got to look at where the information comes from. I'm not saying it's all right for me to use a sweatshop. Of course it bloody isn't. But it was a mistake. It stops immediately right away. But that whole t-shirt, and these are all right, these ones, apparently, I don't know who these are made by, millionaires. Lord Rothmere sews this up with golden thread on a big armchair made of money that he's not paid any tax on. So the only way to be sure that a t-shirt's made by someone who's stinking filthy rich is to get Lord Rothmere and Paul Dacre, the fat cats of the Daily Mail, to make it themselves. Paul Dacre, by the way, paid himself 1.85 million while sacking 500 Daily Mail staff. You know, that's another thing they could do something about. Look at these legitimate things. These are other campaigns that the new, socially conscientious Daily Mail can be getting their teeth stuck into. And I'm glad I've been part of the awakening of the Daily Mail. I'm glad that Paul Dacre is awake now. I'm glad that Lord Rothmere is awake now. And I look forward to my new comrades being on the front line with me, fighting for justice and equality, standing up to the rich and powerful and corruption wherever they find it. Now we're going to expect Lord Rothmere to give up his non-domicile status, Paul Dacre to take a massive wage cut and to reinstate those sacked workers, the Daily Mail to start explicitly supporting union workers and helping to campaign against all these companies that use sweatshops. Look at their logos now. If you see any of those logos in the Daily Mail, you know you're reading a hypocritical magazine. So I'm glad the Daily Mail's turned round. Crusading workers' rights Daily Mail, not taking the shillings of corrupt corporations, paying their own taxes, making sure Paul Dacre and Lord Rothmere start behaving like human beings. We're going to see it now. For once, it's not just the Trews doing the true news, the Daily Mail is doing true news too. Subscribe here.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.